So the last move, we just did twist steps, left, right, handshake and fist, punch under the left forearm. The next move is brush elbows. So let me show you brush elbows first. I'm still forward, right hand opens up, sweeping up, settling down, sweeping up. And then I'll also go into push, which is really just the same as the push on the other side after the rollbacks, just different foot forward. All right, so after the twist steps, boom, 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 brush elbows. From here, right now, my weight is mostly on my front foot. I'm about 70% weight, 30% weight on the back foot. So after the punch, my right hand is under my forearm, but pretty close to my elbow. So I'm going to rotate the right hand, palm facing up, so it's kind of cupping the elbow just without touching it. From here, I'm going to sink back and turn my hips, okay? But as I turn my hips, my right hand is going to start brushing up the hairs of my forearm, all the way up past the fingertips, until it's almost like I'm reading a book. From here, I'm going to let go and let the left hand settle down to the elbow. So in an ideal world, right now, I'm 100% weighted on the right foot, so I can pick up my left foot if I wanted to. From here, I'm just going to do the same thing back that way. I'm going to shift the weight, turning, left hand sweeps up the hairs of my right forearm, up past the fingertips until it's like I'm reading a book. Let's do that again. So after twist steps, I've come to punch under the left forearm. Brush elbows, right hand opens up. As I sink back, I'm turning, and it's the turning that's creating the arm movement. Right hand sweeps up, brushing up the hairs, up past the fingertips. Left hand releases down, as if I'm letting go. Shifting forward, left hand sweeps up the hairs of the forearm. Let's do it one more time. Punch under the left forearm. So I mentioned that it's the turning that's creating this arm movement. So the turning is what's creating the arm movement, as opposed to me just moving my arms up and down, okay? If I create the arm movement using the turning, then I still stay in a pretty good structure. If I use my arms, then my arm's gonna fly out like this, and this is a really bad position to be in. Or I'm gonna lift up my arm like this. So I just want this turning to create the arm movement, okay? So from punch under the left forearm, right hand opens up, sinking back, turning. Right hand sweeps up the hairs of the forearm. Left hand releases down to the elbow. Shifting forward, turning. Left hand sweeps up the hairs of the forearm. When we do this in class, we're just going to do it once on each side unless we're practicing it. But if you're practicing at home, feel free to keep going back and forward, and just do as many as you want. I find that it's really helpful, especially with this move, to just do repeated moves over and over again. What you'll find is after the first 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 10, you'll start to let go, and your arms will just flow more through the movement. And it's that flow that we want to find. Okay? When I'm doing this, I get to this point where I start to feel like my arms are like grasses waving under the surface of a pond, rather than being rigid as I'm going back and forth. Okay? I want some fluidity here. And then, whenever you've done your last one facing the west, or facing the forward stepped foot, we're going to withdraw and push. So I'm going to sink back, rooting down into the back foot. Remember, don't lean back and don't stick the butt out, but rooting down into the back foot, elbows and wrists settle, and then shift the weight forward to push. And if you can get the push to come out of the root, out of the back foot, all the better. okay? So let me do that one more time facing that direction, then I'll go in all the different directions. So after the twist steps, punch at opponent's knee. Right hand opens up, sinking back, sweeping up the left forearm. Left hand releases down to the right elbow. Shifting forward, right hand sweeps up the left forearm. Withdraw and push, sinking back, rooting down like I'm sitting down onto my back foot, the bubbling well. Elbows settle, wrists settle. Shift the weight forward and push as if I'm pushing someone on a swing. All right, let me turn 90 degrees. So after, punch at opponent's knee. Brush elbows, right hand opens up, sinking back, right hand sweeps up the left forearm. Left hand releases down. Shifting forward, left hand expands upward, sweeping up the forearm. And then withdraw and push, sinking back, rooting down, elbows and wrists settle. Shift the weight forward and push. And I'll turn 90 degrees again. Punch at opponent's knee or punch under the left forearm. Brush elbows. Right hand opens up, sinking back. Right hand sweeps up the left forearm. Left hand releases down. Shifting, left hand sweeps up the right forearm. Then withdraw and push, sinking back, rooting down, shift forward and push. Okay, one more turn. After, punch under the left forearm. Brush elbows, right hand opens up, sweeps up the left forearm. Left hand releases down. Left hand sweeps up the right forearm, expanding up. Withdraw, rooting down, elbows and wrists settle. Shift the weight forward and push. All right? So that's brush elbows and push. I love brush elbows. It's one of my favorite moves. So just keep practicing it and repeating it, and you'll start to get this really nice feel of fluidity that will lead right into the next move. Okay?